Around this time of year, many people are starting their New Year's resolutions. Maybe you want to start going to the gym, taking cold showers, or journaling. If this sounds like you, this seriously might be the most valuable video you will watch this year. And this is because in this video, I'll be teaching you the foolproof method that I've used and you can use too to finally stay committed to your New Year's resolutions. About a year ago, I decided that I wanted to start stretching every night. This was mainly due to the fact that I've been through a lot of injuries and I wanted to form a habit that would help me prevent this in the future. So I started off by setting a 5-minute timer every night before bed and just doing random stretches. And it was great at first until I noticed that this habit was starting to slip. Maybe I was tired, or maybe I just didn't want to do my stretching. But I started to notice that after about a week or two, I was barely doing my stretching at all. And I'm telling you this because my failed attempt at stretching every night is similar to how nearly half of Americans fail to stay committed to their New Year's resolutions after just 30 days. And that's why in this video, I'll be sharing with you the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a principle that I learned from the book Atomic Habits. I actually have it right here. Atomic Habits by James Clear. And this rule states that it should only take 2 minutes or less to complete a habit that you're trying to build. So maybe you want to start doing the habit of journaling every night. Instead of journaling for 5 minutes when you first start by just journaling a sentence or two. Maybe 3. Anyways, keep it short, okay? A lot of people, when they try to form a habit, they set it for some ridiculous time, like 30 minutes of running. And I've actually seen this by some of my classmates. They say they're gonna start running, and I'm like, oh, cool, how are you starting? And they tell me that they're gonna start running for like 45 minutes every day. And then I ask them 3 days later, how's your running going? And they say, oh, well, I went out for dinner with my family. I didn't have time. Oh, I was like, oh, look at that. Because I knew when they first told me they're going to start running for 45 minutes, I knew they were going to fail within a week. Because first of all, you don't just start running 45 minutes every day. You start off with like half a mile. Anyways, if you start off doing your good habit for just 2 minutes, or even less, you are much more likely to stay consistent. And this is because if you're journaling before bed, there's going to be times when you're tired and you don't want to do your journaling. There's going to be times where you're like walking to your room like halfway asleep and you're just not going to do your journaling. So what I want you to start doing is when you're starting off a habit, I want you to start off with an amount that you feel you could do more, an amount that you want to do more, in fact. And this may seem counterproductive because you're like barely doing the habit, but I promise you that you will be able to stay much more consistent, and in the long run it will pay off. Excuse me. So after learning this, I started stretching for just like 30 seconds every night before bed. So maybe I would get to my room, I go in my little stretching spot, 10 seconds like each leg. So I kept it super short. And this way, I was actually able to stay committed to my stretching because it doesn't matter if I'm tired, I can still do like 20 seconds of stretching. This way, I also had zero excuses not to do my stretching because it only took half a minute. And because of this, I was able to follow through and start progressing my habit. So after you start feeling comfortable with 30 seconds of journaling or 30 seconds of stretching, you build it up to a minute. And then maybe a week or two go by, you build it up to 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes. But you need to take it slow. If you notice you build up too much, notch it back. That's all right. As long as you're doing it is the main point. And since I've been doing my stretching for about 4 months, I've been able to build it up to 10 minutes every night. Think about that. That's twice as long as I first originally had it my first time around, where it seemed much harder to do just by 5 minutes. So next time you want to start doing a good habit, be patient. Start off slow. And when I say slow, I mean really slow. And stay consistent. Thanks for listening, and I wish you the best.